Alright, so this is Mike Lauro with the Little Rock Table Tennis Club, and this is the last video in the series on changing rubber on table tennis paddle. So this picks up from Saturday's video where I left this sit overnight. Now, I haven't had these books on there the whole time. Usually I'll just leave them on there for either overnight or for like 8 hours or so. So I took the books off, but I put them back on just so that you'd see if I came in on Sunday and did this, this is what it would look like. So I'm going to take the books off. And we'll peel that protective sheet off and just inspect the rubber. And yeah, I mean, it looks good. There are no bubbles. It's lined up at the bottom, and it looks good. So I'm going to cut again with some just like little stainless steel scissors. They're pretty sharp. You can get some other scissors, just whatever you prefer. I'm going to use a glove because these scissors, the metal really digs into my fingers and it kind of hurts, so I'm going to use these protective gloves. And then I like to have a white background so that I can cut, so I can have a visual, so I can see. I'm not cutting against a dark background. The sponge is black, so on here I want something light. So I'm going to start on one corner, and I'm going to cut, usually with the scissors, I'm going to cut more towards the inside, not the outside. And I'm not going to make big cuts. I'm just going to make small, like 1/4 inch cuts. So we're going to go around, just cut this off. I'm also going to, so let me exaggerate how the angle of the scissors go. They're going to be tilted away from the top and towards the bottom. So I'm going to tilt not this much, but I'm going to tilt them this way, just a little bit. And that's going to help keep the rubber and the blade even. So here we go. And about 1/4 of the way around, I'm going to cut off excess so that it doesn't, the weight of it doesn't pull off anymore. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off. Just checking as I go. And I'm putting a good deal of pressure on these scissors. I guess if you had some really sharp ones, you wouldn't need to, but this is what works for me, and I found that once you find something that works, you can stick with it. You can kind of feel the blade, the wood of the blade as a guide as you cut. Hurts. Alright, so here we go. We're going to finish this up. It's looking good so far. Just had a little bit of unevenness right there, but once I put edge tape on, you won't see it, and it's really minor, so it's not that bad. If this was my blade, I would not be concerned, because I try to treat everybody's blade like it was mine, so you're gonna get as good a quality as I can produce. Right, here we go. Just gonna keep cutting toward the edge, and it should just pop off. All right, so I didn't cut like I was going to that excess, so let's just check. So come around this way. Yeah, I'm just pulling a little bit on the top rubber just to see if anything pops off. Maybe there's some not good adhesion. That looks good. Oh, I'll cut the red side. There we go. Let's see. Nope. It looks good. So here's where the damage to the blade was on this side, for where the black is, and you can see a little bit where it kind of goes down, but I mean, it looks really good. So it's nice, and I don't know if that's coming out on the video or not. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. And on this one, so I have a couple of cameras set up here. Yeah, there we go. And then the black side. Alright, we'll do the black side over here on the phone. Let's see. It looks good. And then so when you angle the scissors right away like this, what you get is an even all the way around. So if you're looking at the paddle, all of this is even all the way around. So that makes, when the edge tape goes on, it's going to look really nice. Alright, so let's put some edge tape on, and then we're going to use these protector sheets that came with the rubber. They don't have any adhesive, they're just the paper that came with it. So we're going to use these, and we're going to cut out a round template so that we can put it in the round case that we have here. That way it'll protect the edges. So got some edge tape here. This is some really cool Exiom. It's black and gold, mostly black with some gold highlights and the word Exiom on it. So one thing to think about is if you're a left-handed player and you're going to play red on your forehand like this, then I like to put the edge tape where I can read the logo. That's just a personal choice. So if I'm right-handed player like this player is, they're going to use red on their forehand, then I want to put the logo to where the player can read Exiom. So I'm gonna put it like that. All right. I'm just going to pick the tape off. This is a big roll of tape. You can get smaller ones, but when I find some that I like to buy it in bulk because sometimes it doesn't stick around. I'm just going to pull off a big chunk here. And let's see. So it's red. So I'm just lining up the logo to see which end to start on. So I'm going to need to start on this end. Alright, then I'm just going to take the tape, and wherever the rubber, the ends meet, the corners here, it should be about the same. I'm just going to start the tape right there. And try to get it right in the middle. Alright, so just hold one end. And you don't want to pull real tight, but you also don't want it to be too loose. So just so that it's snug. And then you can kind of brush it down a little bit more. Alright. And then I'm going to pull off a little more tape. I don't really want this sticking to everything, so just do a little bit at a time. Alright. You can do it different ways. Sometimes it's easier if we do it all at once. Just kind of line it up. Say whatever works better for you. That looks good. So I'm just going to run my finger around the edge. Make sure it's nice and snug. It's going to look nice. Alright, so then I'm just going to cut wherever the end meets here. Probably going to cut a little extra. That's good. Oh, then you get something like that. The edge tape is pretty sticky. Let's back up. Feel free to undo it a couple times if you don't get it lined up right. It's not going to stick that much right away, but over time it'll provide some really good adhesion. So you can, if you mess up, just reset it. So right-handed player, red on the forehand, they can see Exiom right here. If it was black on the forehand, it would be upside down. So not that that matters a whole lot, but something to think about. Alright, so then I'm just going to cut right where it comes in. This you just kind of eyeball. It doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. Yeah. Now there's a little bit of red that's sticking out here on the rubber. I'm going to cut that off. So I didn't do a good cut on the end. So I'm just going to pull the tape away a little bit. And a real good grip. And just cut real quick. And I cut it off. Perfect. So reseat the tape. And now it's going to go flush. Alright. So then there you go. So then there's the edge tape. Oh. Alright, so this was paused. I don't know at what point, but I have a full video of this that's going on YouTube. So there's the edge tape. I don't know if you can see that all the way around. And then on this side, so there's the Exiom edge tape all the way around. Alright, so the paddle's done, pretty much. Nothing else to do. It's got edge tape on it. Both rubber sheets have been changed. And so now I'm going to cut a template out. I'm just going to put one piece on, line it up. Let it cover, I don't know, maybe the middle of the top part of the handle. So just come down about a ½ inch below the label. And then look and see what you got there. So you want a little bit at the top. Here, and a little bit there. We're just going to go around and kind of imitate the circle of the paddle. Alright. You can't really screw this up. Just keep about, I don't know, 1/4 inch between the edge of the sheet and the paddle itself. And if you get to the top and need to cut off like that, it's fine. Just keep going. So 1/4 inch is all you're looking for, really. If you have a rectangular case, then I would just cut off a strip on the side. I mean, if this fits all the way in your case, that's fine. You might just want to just cut off an edge here and then crop both corner or all 4 corners. Make it easier to fit in the case. But we're trying to get it into this round case. So, still on? Yep. All right. So that's one sheet here. So to make this easy, we'll just put this one on and go this way. And you can reuse these, so these will last a while. But this is the protective paper that comes with the paddle, that comes with the rubber sheet, so it's been on the rubber for a long time, and is probably the best thing to use against the rubber sheet to protect it, since that's what the manufacturer used. Alright, there you go. So now we have 2 protective pieces, and I didn't get from the player anything that would, I didn't get one of these plastic sheets, so I'm just gonna look at the rubber and make sure there's nothing on it. Just brush off some stuff. There, it looks good. And then here goes one piece, and then the other piece, and then we're gonna slide it in here, and that'll do it. So this is the sort of the branded cardboard that the rubber sheets came in. We're done with that. Now, if it's around the container, these things are gonna bend. But so now with this on there, the edges of your rubber, the rubber on this side, and with the edge tape, this is not going to hit the inside of the racket case. So we're going to put that on there. Put the plastic covering back on it. And then this should just slide in there like that. And then you can just fold in the corners as you zip it up. And that's it. That is the last part of the video for changing the table tennis rubber. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave a comment on the video or email us. I think I gave the wrong email last time. It's littlerocktabletennis@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.